Assalamualaikum and good morning, everyone, to our meeting. I am glad to welcome all IT department member to the third meeting of the Malayan Banking Berhad. So, first of all, I want to say thank you for being present in this meeting this morning. So, can we call this meeting to order?
Yes, Mr.
Yes,
Chairman.
Chairman. Yes.
All right. So, is everybody here? Are there any apologies for absence for today's meeting? Shelyna?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I just got a text from Mr. Joniso, personal assistant yesterday. She said Mr. Joniso will not be able to today meeting because he is on a business trip to New York for the cybersecurity finance and banking conference. That's all.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Shelyna, for the information. Now, let's get started. But before that, I want to ask you, is there any amendment or issue in our last meeting's minute which were distributed earlier?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I found out the error in item number 3 recording our last meeting. And the Project Security Act should start on November instead of October. And the person who does is Mr. JAZIMA and not Mr. Johnny.
All right. Thanks, Miss Amirah. I will make the necessary change about it.
All right. So, are there any other amendments to be made?
I think no.
That's all, Chairman.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for the answer. So then, can someone propose the minutes to be accepted?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I propose the minute to be accepted.
All right. Thank you. Before we proceed to our main agenda, is there any matters arising from the last meeting's minute?
Great news for everyone. I wish to inform everyone that the finance department has approved our budgeting plan for the upcoming project and the system's maintenance.
All right. Well done. So that means that's good news for us. Anyone else?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Any matters? All right. Thank you. So if there is nothing else, let's just see to our first item under online transaction security that looks very concerning nowadays. So considering we are in IT departments, is there any issue arising from it?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Lately, we have been receiving lots of complaints about online transaction issue. Some of our customers receive an anonymous message that stating there has been a request to withdraw or transfer a large amount of money from their bank account. I'm afraid this problem is getting more critical. Is there any suggestion to handle this situation?
So, what can I suggest for our issue? That we send a notice to the customer to change the password and block the number to avoid the getting other unknown message. So, because of possible getting the other account getting attacked also higher if they did not change the password. So when the customer already change their password, we can take the action to solve the problem that improve the part of our system.
Yes, I agree with that solution, Amira, but I think on the other hand, we need to tell them that we will follow up and investigate the issue to give them the assurance and to keep their trust toward us. This will prevent us from losing our loyal clients.
Okay, that's true. I second the message.
All right. So it looks like everyone is in favor of the idea. Can I say that we are all agreed on this matter?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Chairman.
Alright, so I think that the problem is resolved. So, Mr. Pevenash, can you tell the media department to post a notice on our social media regarding this matter that our clients do need to change their password and we will follow up with this issue?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. I will get it done as soon as possible.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Pevenash. So I'm glad that we managed to settle that problem fast. Alright, so let us all proceed to our second item, shall we?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Today, online banking is a convenient mode of finance management, but online banking accounts are often aimed at by ways of cy- cyber criminals. And nowadays, hackers are doing cyber criminals by stealing millions of pounds from banks through internet banking. That leads to customer complaint about unmade transaction and message stating that they are making an authorized bank transfer. This serious security, this serious security threat is very harmful. So, anyone have any suggestion to improve online banking security?
I do have a suggestion. In my opinion, I suggest we ask our clients to turn on the two-factor authentication to secure the customer authentication process and to protect online customer account against unauthorized access. Um, if you look at the next slide, here's two types of ways the customers can secure their bank account using two-factor authentication. So the first one is by using a mobile phone. So whenever a transaction is being made on their account, they will get a SMS message, a six-digit number will be sent to their registered mobile phone number. Um, so they can only approve the transaction if they enter that six-digit numbers on the platform. An advantage of using this SMS method is it is very convenient as there is no need to carry additional device. And another way of using this two-factor authentication is by having a security token with them all the time. So this security token is a small card-sized device, and whenever a transaction is being made, a six-digit number will be generated by pressing the OTP button on that security token device. So once that token is generated, they can use that number to complete their transaction. So one advantage of using this security token device is it is very quick and easy, and travelers will be most benefited from this. So in doing so, by applying this two-factor authentication method, I think it will mitigate the risk of someone impersonating as them and gaining illegal access to their internet banking account. Furthermore, two-factor authentication is a useful tool against cyber attacks targeted at financial institutions and their clients.
Thank you, Mr. Pevenash, for the idea and the insights of using the two-factor authentication. That is a very good explanation, I must say. But I don't quite agree there. I do suggest that we upgrade our internal problem first, which is we need to secure our main database first because that's where we store our customers' data. So I suggest that we upgrade our data encryption service to a stronger one. Based on my knowledge about the problem, we are dealing with the possibilities of data leakage, which leads to the customer's data like phone number gets to them, and then they get a message from a random number that they don't know about. So in order to deal with the data leakage, we might have to use a stronger data encryption service like the 256-bit AES so that customer data can be protected. and the data cannot be intercepted by third-party software because sometimes we don't know that our client might install an application that steals the data without them knowing.
I think I agree with your opinion, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Ms. Amirah. I want to ask, is there any other idea?
I think no.
Right, that's a no. So I suggest that we vote because we have two suggestions. So I do suggest that we vote to make a decision. So for all of those who agree with Mr. Pevenash, please raise your hand. All right. So seems like Shelyna agree with your suggestion, Mr. Pevenash. So for those who agree with my suggestion, please raise your hand. All right. Thank you. So through majority rule, it seems like everyone is agree with my solution, and that it is concluded that we will database. Can someone volunteer to look into it?
Yes, can I volunteer to look into it, Mr. Chairman?
All right. Sure. Thank you, Ms. Jazima. So, all right, we've covered the main items on the agenda. So, before we end this meeting, is there any other business? All right, you know what? Let's go around the table. Shelyna, Pevenash, Amirah, Dalilah, Jazima, anyone?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I almost forgot. Great news for everyone. I'd like to inform everyone that our company will be celebrating fourth anniversary on next Friday at Escort Hotel. The administration department has asked everyone to attend the event that will start at 8 p.m. So everyone is expected to be there.
Uh, Thanks for the information, Mr. Pevenash. I'm sorry to say this, but I need to reprimand and remind everyone to always stay focused during meeting, because I just saw Dalilah using her phone just now. I just want to let all of you know that if it is really urgent, you can ask permission for me to using it. So I hope it won't happen again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. I just got a text from my mother. I promise I will not repeat the same mistake again next time.
It's fine. I understand. Okay, so before we move on to the last agenda, let us summarize our meeting today. So for item 1, we received apologies for the absence of Mr. Johnny Su, who was on a business trip to the conference in New York. For item 2, we have made correction on minutes of the last meeting regarding item number 3, where the project Secure Ads should take place in November instead of October, and the person in charge is Ms. Jazima, not Mr. Johnny. The minutes were also approved as a correct record and signed by the chairman. For item 3, the finance department has approved our budgeting plan for the upcoming project and the system maintenance. For item 4, we are all agreed to resolve the problem that is faced by our client by noticing them to change their password, and will continue to follow up the issue. For item number 5, to improve our online banking service, 2 suggestions are proposed in which we ask our client to turn on their own two-factor authentication, or to improve our database security itself by upgrading the data encryption service. So through the majority rule, we will take action by upgrading our data encryption service first. For item number 6 and the last item, the company will be celebrating 4th anniversary next Friday at Escort Hotel at 8 p.m. The administration departments invite everyone to attend to. So, all right, I think that's all for today. All problems and issues has been addressed. So let's just set the date for our next meeting. Shall we meet on the following Saturday, 10 September at 10 a.m. through Microsoft Teams platform?
Yeah, Mr.
Yes,
Chairman.
Mr. Chairman. I will send the notice with the next meeting agenda through email to everyone.
All right. Thank you, Miss Shelyna. Well, I think that's all for today's meeting. We also have covered everything from our agenda. Thank you for your participation. I will see you all next week on Saturday for our next meeting, and I really hope you don't forget about it. With this, I declare that the meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Chairman.
you, Simon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.